morning, Kilmer community. Today is Thursday, March 26, 2021. As a reminder, our core values are respect, responsibility, and empathy. And we are working on our SEL strategy of being a positive leader. I saw 4th and 5th grade being positive leaders on Tuesday. I watched them transition from lunch in their classrooms to recess outside, and at the end of that, they lined back up for recess and transitioned back into the building and into their classrooms respectfully and responsibly. Thank you for being an example for others. Keep up the great work. Today, our word of the day is this word here, dissent. Do you know what dissent means? I can tell you it comes from Latin. It comes from two words in Latin, the first word being dis and the second word being sentire. So dis means different, and then sentire means to feel or think. So you feel or think differently from another. You have another opinion than someone else. So your opinion differs from someone else. And this leads to who we will be discussing as the focus on a woman in National Women's History Month. We are focusing on the Great Dissenter. Some of you might know who the Great Dissenter is. I'm going to share the Great Dissenter is the notorious RBG. So yes, who is RBG? This is Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She was born in 1935 in New York and also known, like I said, RBG. And as an Associate Justice of the Supreme Court, she held that position from 1993 until her death in September 2020. She was the second woman to serve on the Supreme Court, second to Sandra Day O'Connor. And she was the first ever Jewish woman to be appointed to the Supreme Court. She graduated from Cornell University in New York and then attended Harvard Law School before transferring to Columbia Law School in New York. Although she graduated first in her classes, she faced gender discrimination, and as she worked her way to the Supreme Court, she was often turned down by jobs that she applied for because she was a woman. During the 1970s, as the director of the Women's Rights Project of the American Civil Liberties Union, RBG argued some landmark cases on gender equality before the Supreme Court. She helped to establish that the unconstitutionality of unequal treatments of men and women. She supported equal pay and equal opportunities for all people. She taught at Columbia University and became the school's first female tenured professor. In 1993, President Bill Clinton appointed her to the Supreme Court, and she was easily confirmed by the Senate into this position. She was known as the Great Dissenter and a cultural icon of our times. As a Great Dissenter, the Supreme Court justices, they don't always agree with a ruling of a case. There's the majority ruling, and that becomes final in that case. And then there's a minority ruling, so a view where you differ and have a different opinion than what the ruling was. So Ruth, or RBG, was often, she wrote the opinions of the minority beliefs. So even though she didn't agree oftentimes with other justices, she wrote the opinions of why she disagreed. There are also people who write majority opinions, and sometimes she was on one of the majority decision makers, and she would write the opinions for that too, and why this was the right decision. So she is known because she wrote so many opinions that differed from whatever the ruling was of the Supreme Court. She died in September 2020, so last year at the age of 87 in D.C. She laid in state at the U.S. Capitol on September 25th, where she was the first woman in American history to receive this honor. So when you lie in state, it's a tradition where the deceased official is placed in a state building where the public is allowed to come by and pay their respects. So she was the first woman to ever receive this honor. So thank you, RBG. We salute you, and we will always remember you for being someone who fought for equal rights and equal pay for all. I have a couple of jokes for you. The first joke comes from Kelvin in Miss Perrow's class. He writes, and don't tell anyone, Kelvin, don't say it out loud. What does stone spell when you take out the S and the N? Are you ready for it? Toes. See if you can write that down and figure that one out. Toes. And thinking of toes, Piper shared that tomorrow, our community day, is Wacky Sock Day. So you can put all your toes into those wacky socks, whether they're mismatched or just wacky. And then the next joke comes from Elizabeth, who is in Mr. Kern's class, grade 3. Why did the invisible man turn down the job offer? Because he just didn't see himself doing it. And no one else saw him doing it either. I surely did. Did you? It reminds me of a joke that I told earlier on in the year of like, why did the scarecrow get a promotion? Why do you remember that one? Because he was outstanding in his field. I still think that one is so funny. And you can see RBG back there. She's like, I'm not sure about that. I think I'm going to dissent from that. I don't think that's funny after all. Your opinion matters, okay? It really does matter. All right. So on that note, tomorrow is our community meeting. We are going to have a dance party. I'm the dancer in this establishment. I pick out the songs, but if you have a song that you want to hear, send me a quick email and let me know. I'd love to hear some of those songs too, get some more ideas. And then on that note, we love you. We care for you. We're so glad to have you in our buildings. Can't wait to see you tomorrow, all of you, during our community meeting. And always remember to be your best you and make today and every day a great day. I will see you next time. Bye.